I think that we are just waiting for Levi. I think we had a little technical issue, and so I'm trying to see that all of that is figured out before Levi is here. Is Levi here? Let's see. So if you are here, let me know already. Say hello. I know that this is very, very spontaneous, but I think, hi, Bunny. I have Bunny here with me. Yay, we have one person here. Hello. This is weird. It's telling me that he's waiting for me to accept, but yay, it worked. Everyone say hi to Levi. Yay. Levi, can you see the chat?
Pardon me? I
Can
can
you
see the
see?
chat, yeah.
Yay. So we already have people here, all 10 people. Guys, I know that this is very spontaneous, which I always do spontaneous lives. But to do a spontaneous live with Levi is a great treat for all of you. If you don't know Levi, Levi's my guy best friend in the whole wide world, and he's an extremely, extremely knowledgeable dude. And I'm always astounded by the amount of knowledge that he has. And so we're gonna do an Israel Q&A, right?
Yes, yeah, we're going to be on for about 10, 15 minutes. We'll just do a quick, if you guys have questions about Israel, upcoming holiday of Hanukkah, which is very exciting. Range of questions are welcome, including political opinions, which is not something I normally accept. um,
So for a second, they might just want to say like hi for 2 seconds, and
yeah,
because we're a little community here, so we might not jump into it right away. So
yeah.
guys, just what Levi and I did, was it yesterday? Yesterday. Some of you guys might know that Levi and I basically create videos for All Israel News, in which we go to all these different places in Israel and we show the beauty of Israel and the complexity of all its history and all the things. Levi, tell us a bit about where we were yesterday.
So yesterday was an incredible day where we went to Tel Bet Shemesh. Went to Tel Bet Shemesh and Tel Azakah, two first temple period, which is 3,000 years ago until 2,700 years ago, approximately. That period of time, two sites, both significant trade centers, which was important for the borderline and security border of Judea during that time. And on the other side of that border were the Philistines. So, as well as being fort cities, many battles were fought inside of the valleys that we were in, the hilltops that we were. Remember, both the hilltops had incredible views. And that reason being is because for a security line, you want to see as far as you can to see if your enemy is coming. So, as there were trade centers, also fort cities. Really incredible.
Right, it was really incredible. So hi to all 35 people here that joined us spontaneously. I'm so happy you guys are here. So guys, Levi, what type of questions would you like to receive now? What are we talking about today?
Sure. I mean, I'm open to many things. I like archaeology a lot, like biblical history, connecting our biblical stories and then making them come to life, and sort of the anthropology, looking behind the people and see how we're similar to them, and sort of the acts that we do today, which are very similar to the acts they did then, the things that they wanted then, the importance in their life is slightly different to the importance that we have today. For example, olive oil was a staple food. Today, people have olive oil in their house, but it's not something that they'll necessarily eat or use and think as essential that if they don't have it, they won't survive. Then it was just in every single house. Wine was used even as perfume in some places. It was very sort of watered down wine. Wine wasn't something which was, wine was very common. Beer was very common. People got paid in beer. That's one of the things that people got
Wow,
paid in, which is kind of
really?
interesting. Lots of beer, yeah. When the sons of Israel were slaves in Egypt, we were probably paid in beer. There are other trades here where people are actually paid in beer. So just kind of looking at their lifestyles, the importance of good food as opposed to just food was different. So you can see these sort of black basalt mortar and pestles in a lot of places, which gives the flour extra flavor when they crush it. That was unlike the richer houses, whereas the poorer houses just use the local stone. So it's something that we can relate to today. Maybe wealthier people have caviar in their houses, and not wealthy people have cans of tuna. So that's kind of, the hierarchies had special foods from different places, and they used to show that off to their friends. And today it's kind of similar like that. I can't say like clothing wise, we know that royalty then wore purple and wore this beautiful blue tchelet and this purple. Um, I mean, it's not that similar to today. Nowadays, clothes are so much more accessible than they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, do you
So,
want to come to specific questions? Yeah, so here they said they needed alcohol to purify water. Absolutely. So the reason why they drank so much wine was because the water was very polluted. It was hard to control water there. The water purification methods were slow and it wasn't common. It wasn't 14% wine though. It was like 3%, 5% wine. And some of the wines were, as I mentioned before, very fragrant. It was even used for perfumes. So you'd go into someone's house and like a wife would be taking little spoons of wine and splashing it on the wooden floors to then give that aroma in the house.
wow, that would never happen today.
No, more
Nope.
personalized, but
That'd be considered crazy.
yeah.
So actually, I have a feeling like that a lot of people they might know like that Jews celebrate Hanukkah, but they don't know what it's about. They don't know the history. Give us like Hanukkah in a nutshell.
So Hanukkah is a wonderful holiday. It's not necessarily a biblical holiday because it ends up happening around 2,200 years ago. The year 161, there's a civil war that happens inside of Israel, and it's got to do with a war with ideology between Hellenism and more we call the Maccabees, which isn't the ideology is, but they re-established the clear lines of what Judaism is. Hellenism comes in when Alexander the Great comes in around 2,300 years ago, 332 BCE. And Alexander the Great dies pretty fast after he takes over this region, and his generals keep on fighting over it. They didn't care so much about the traditions or anything. They cared about money. But eventually, when there was enough money, people have enough time to think about other things. So they started implementing this Hellenism, which really means the importance of the perfection of the human body and how one excels it. So academia was important, like physical fitness was important, and wholeness. So in Judaism, we have circumcision on the eighth day. That was banned because you're ruining the human body. So that went directly against Jewish traditions. Idol worship was brought in, paganism was brought in, which was also very much banned. But Jews were just like this, turn a blind eye on it until the local Hellenists, who were also Greeks and also Jews who believed in Hellenism, started enforcing their ideologies onto Jews to the case that we have Hannah, who has 9 children who were all murdered one by one for not accepting this idol god. And that was very hard. And circumcision was banned, as I said. And the last straw on the camel's back was inside the temple. The Greeks wanted the Jews to sacrifice a pork in the temple, just in spite to kind of get rid of this Jewish tradition. Yeah, Judah the Maccabee, he said that's enough. He kills two of the Greek generals there, and he goes out on a campaign to then wipe out this idea of Hellenism completely. Now, a lot of Jews accepted this Hellenism and they said this is a good way of life. This is the way that we can be Jewish Hellenists. Um, and then he was just like, you're either Jewish according to what we consider Jewish or you're not. You get killed. And he went even further than that and saying, if you're inside of Israel, you must be Jewish. And if you're not, find a new place to live or convert. So it's a forcible conversion. Like lose your house or he then builds this amazing empire here in Israel, which one of our most prominent trade things were wine and olive oil during that period. We had tar that came from the Dead Sea, and we had a falsamon oil, which was a perfume, with the most expensive perfume in the whole region at that time. Until
What's the one
eventually,
is persim? What's the name of it? Persimmon.
persimmon.
Yeah.
It's persimmon oil. It's not that fake orange fruit that comes from China. It was a very, very expensive oil that came from a tree called the Gilad balm tree, which was then went through a process similar to essential oils today. We know they used urine, animal urine, to then extract the perfumes from the leaves itself, and that was so important. This perfume was so expensive and so important that Mark Antony, when he falls in love with Cleopatra, he gives her his most precious thing in the region, and that is the Dead Sea region for the Saffalsamon oil. So Cleopatra also loved this oil. It was for so they made a lot of money. They're the first persons to turn the country into a fort country. So we have places like Masada, a place called Dok, which is overlooking Jericho and Yutvat, which is in the northern peninsula. Also, Beital, which is modern day Batil. These are strategic places to have security lines, and they unify the country and secure it. They managed to last for about 100 years. So the story of Hanukkah is celebrating the continuation and the ability to then have Jewish traditions, to then openly celebrate Jewish traditions. So a lot of Jews will then put this Hanukkah in their window to say, "Look, we're Jewish," and it's a time for Jews to like take their Magen David and wear it on the outside. It's a time for Jews to wear the tzitzit and the kippah and be proud Jews. And today, we're very proud Jews. Actually, there's an up and coming feeling of strength and pride within Judaism, and this is the holiday that celebrates it.
Yeah, in the modern sense, what I absolutely love is going to the old city on the last day of Hanukkah, because all of the like if you go to the Jewish quarter, they have all of their Chanukiot lit up, and it's so beautiful. So actually, we recommend that if any one of you 37 viewers are ever in Israel during Hanukkah, you could do that, or you could go to the neighborhood of Nachlaot in city center, and they put out their Chanukiot as well. It's very nice.
So a lot of the people here actually are commenting Christian related ideologies. So Jesus, as I'm not preaching, I'm preaching to the choir here, was a Jew living in Judea. So this was definitely one of the holidays which they would have found importance then. But also they had the temple still in that period of time. And during the times of Jesus, as it says in the New Testament, here I am teaching Christians about the New Testament. I love it. As it says in the New Testament, that he prophesies the destruction of the temple because of internal conflict, because of just the Jews being crooked to other Jews, so on and so forth. And that's because they had three or maybe even five major sects of Jews who were going back down that same path of killing each other and being greedy to each other to the extent where in Jewish mysticism we say that the second temple was destroyed because of internal conflict. And it's not only mysticism, it was pretty much facts on the ground. And Jesus then prophesizes it from this church today called Dominus Flavit, which is on the Mount of Olives, which also means Latin, the man cries. Oriel, check me out.
The one with the
And
onion looking top.
yeah, just above the onion looking top. And if you look straight from there directly, you can actually see the Temple Mount where the Golden Dome stands today. So I don't know how much they were celebrating the holiday of Hanukkah 2,000 years ago, but today we definitely celebrate it in a very prominent manner. It's very exciting. And it kind of lines up with, it lines up generally with the Christmas holiday. So that the celebration of lights and bringing the light above the nations and light above the world, and just bringing family together and bringing gifts. So it's quite similar, those two holidays.
Hmm.
Different reasoning completely, but similar.
Right.
you know, si- Similar things to celebrate them.
I mean, it is a very beautiful thing when you see like the city lit up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? For whatever reason, I
yeah.
think it's really pretty. Guys,
It's
do you have any questions about Hanukkah or anything else? You guys are so sweet to be here so spontaneously. I love you all so much.
why are those shoes bold? I think I've got pretty good hair.
Yeah.
Look at my hair. It's thick and it's healthy and it's nice. A lot of Jews go bald. I'm not going to completely ridicule the question because it's a true statement because they wear a kippah, and when they wear a kippah, no sunlight goes to that part of their hair, and they kind of suppress their hair. It's like wearing a hat all day, and they start balding in the middle, and at some point they're just like, "Oh, okay, time to go," and they shave it all off.
Is that a real theory?
Yeah, no, they wear a kippah all the time, and then they wear hats as well. You see lots of Jews wearing hats.
Yeah.
Uh, if your hair is suppressed, it doesn't get sun, and you need sun for your hair to grow.
That's so funny. Yeah, people here are saying that they'd love to be in the old city. Guys, I just finished a week in the Old City in the Muslim Quarter. You will not see anything Hanukkah related in the Muslim Quarter, as far as I know. Yeah, so it's, I think it disappeared. Here he is.
I'm back.
Um,
Yeah, you were a week in the Muslim quarter.
yeah, there's not there won't be signs really of Hanukkah in the Muslim Quarter.
Yeah, there will.
There will be.
There's gonna be menorah up, and there's gonna be yeah, there are gonna be celebrations there. Sure,
How? What do you mean?
there are hundreds of Jews who live in the Muslim quarter.
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
I literally thought there was just like a handful just like scattered.
No,
Then I have to go to the Muslim quarter in Hanukkah to see like what they do. What are they gonna like just put out their Chanukiot like outside and there with no any resistance at all?
no, no, no. So you know when you go down the main market or Chovagai,
Yeah.
and you have those two menorah that are up all year round. So
I
you're
mean,
gonna
I
see
see above the yeshiva, like when you right go down
yeah.
from Shem.
The whole road there is going to be filled with menorahs and Israeli flags. Inside people's houses, they're going to put it by the windows. They're very proud to be Jewish, and they're not scared to know for their neighbors to know where they live.
I have to see this. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna do it.
Sure.
Let's see if you guys asked any questions. Let's see. Maybe you can pick whatever you want. Someone is asking, who is the gentleman, Oriel? This is Levi from Discover Israel Tour with Levi. Actually, I'm going to put up his Instagram so you guys can see him. And also feel free to subscribe to his actual YouTube channel. Levi, introduce yourself in a nutshell for people who don't know who you are.
In a nutshell, the
Yeah,
past 30 years of life. How can I put that all in a nutshell?
tour guide,
Um,
Levi.
Yeah, I'm a tour guide here, and I run this tour agency called Discover Israel. We bring beautiful tourists like yourself over to Israel, and we connect the land to your passions. Basically, if you're from whatever perspective you're coming from, we then create that experience for you to go through a journey or pilgrim, spiritual journey or physical journey to then reconnect you and then establish your identity to have a stronger grounding identity for yourself.
To link his Instagram and pin it for you guys so that you can subscribe.
Someone asked, is there a tour for the tunnels? So there's the Western Wall Tunnel tours, which goes under a synagogue, multiple synagogues. I offer tours throughout the whole country, basically based off what you're looking to get out of your tour. I'll create it and establish different sites, which I believe gets the most out of it, and then bring you through on that journey.
Actually, I'm trying to see how I can put you on this chat. Guys, I don't know how to do this through my phone, but if you go to Instagram and literally write Discover Israel Tour with Levi, right? That's your handle?
Tour Israel with Levi. That's my
Okay,
handle.
Tour Israel with Levi. Your tour agency is called Discover Israel
Correct.
Tour with Levi. So you guys can find him there. It's very, very easy. He
Yeah.
posts things all the time, and I always learn a lot, even though I don't remember everything. But it's very cool. Like every place, every day, it's something new, and he goes somewhere new, and he loves to share with the audience.
Yeah.
Hi, all 44 of you guys here. Thanks for being here.
So, would love to visit Israel and see all the prophetic places coming up, like the Galilee and Megiddo. So I learned about a year ago that Armageddon is transliteration for Har Megiddo, which means the Mount of Megiddo. So that was pretty cool to learn for me.
That is
Um,
cool.
Look, there are lots of prophecies happening. There's Jesus who does a bunch of prophecies, and then there are many prophets before him, like Ezekiel, Zechariah, Jeremiah, who also do a lot of prophecies. Some of them are more doom and gloom, some of them are more exciting. And I can't say that I want all of them to come true because that means a lot of war. But there are some of them I connect to more than others. Are there any specific prophecies you guys connect to?
Yeah, these are very like Bible reading people. Probably the most of you guys, I'm assuming, are Christians here. of different streams or different denominations, and you're all welcome here. I think Manny just asked a question, Levi. It's probably the bottom comment.
Hi, Libby. Jesus was called the bomb of Gilad to such bomb. Absolutely. I spoke about it just earlier. There's a guy whose name is Guy who grows this balm of Gilad. That is the expensive perfume that they made a farsimon from. It was based off this balm of Gilad. It was a very high kept secret in this region, and actually, when the Romans came, the locals destroyed the factories not to get out the secret. It's the nicest smelling tree I've ever smelled in my life. It's really, really awesome. Its fruit smells different than its bark itself. If you do come to Israel and you're interested, I could take you to this guy's place and you can see it for yourself.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's really special. Hello, ladies. Ori. I'm a man.
I think the last live we did was literally months ago. It's like a very long time ago.
Yeah.
So, guys, do you have any questions about Israel, Hanukkah, biblical Israel related questions?
Yeah. If me
We've
and
actually,
Oriel are getting married.
oh goodness, don't do that. I think you guys know, like, how long have we known each other? We've known each other since Purim, and
Yeah.
people still hold out hope. I mean, it's very sweet because you guys know that I'm single and I want to get married. And so anytime they see me with any guy, they're like, could that be something? And you guys see me with Levi a lot. But no, he's wonderful, but wonderful
I
for
don't believe-
someone else in that regard.
Yeah. So if you guys want to set me up with anyone.
Here's a question.
Okay. When the Maccabees rejected Hellenistic culture, did they also reject Greek? Absolutely. It was one with itself. Greek was the Hellenistic culture. Greece was expanding in it. It was the most important thing for them, and it was a revolt against the Greeks as well as it was the culture.
Here's a question for me, Oriel. How is Christmas in Israel, and how do you personally connect Hanukkah and Christmas? Well, Um, you should know that I didn't really grow up so much with Christmas. I think for like 2 years we did it just like a fun thing to put up a tree and like whatever. Then my mom was like, "Anachnu Yudim, we don't celebrate Christmas. We're Jewish and we don't celebrate Christmas," and we didn't for many years. And then my eldest sister was like, "We're gonna celebrate," but not because it's like a real like meaningful thing as far as like the celebration of Yeshua in that sense, but more just a cultural thing. She likes the holidays, she likes the music and the food and the atmosphere and the whatever. So we suddenly just like started doing that. But in my heart, I connect to Hanukkah. I don't mind doing both. From me, one is just a cultural thing. The other one is more um, within my Judaism. How do I connect the two? Honestly, I hope that these two holidays can connect people together, even if they don't really believe in it. The cool thing about Israel now is I think more in recent years, a lot of Jews, even if they're not, don't believe in Yeshua like me, they just like to celebrate, like they just like the Christmas like atmosphere. So they'll go to places like Nazareth. They'll go to places like, well, they can't go to Bethlehem, but they'll go to the old city and different places to celebrate.
We can go
Um,
to Bethlehem.
say again.
We can go to Bethlehem.
Well, Jews don't really go to Bethlehem
Right.
because it can be dangerous, but tourists can go to Bethlehem, right? So I like the fact that they are willing to just sort of like um, I don't know if to participate, but they're more accepting of the fact that that is a holiday. Um, and so I think that that's nice. But if I would have to quote unquote choose one or the other, I choose Hanukkah. Not that anyone's asking me to choose, but there we go.
That's good to know, Oriel. I was concerned.
Hi, Levi Noriel. Are you Ashkenazi, Levi?
Uh, well, no, I'm not.
Bichlal? At all?
No, I gave it up.
You gave
I,
it up.
I've changed my ethnicity. I've then created my identity off the knowledge of my exploring, and I'm no longer Ashkenazi. There's a small part of me which came from Lithuania, but most of me came from Iraq.
That is cool. It's hard to hear when you're doing stuff. I don't know what it is that you're doing.
I'll be done.
Are you familiar with Isaac Asimov's Guide to the Bible from 1960s?
Huh?
Nope. Okay. We're going to get rid of this one free Palestiner because we're not going to do that today.
Yeah. Who wants to free Palestine? I'm Jewish. I'll take two.
Let's see. Are there more questions here?
Amen. Whoever said that last person.
Brother, I have one question. What is the name of temple, specific name of Prophet Solomon temple? Any specific name of that place?
So, Solomon's temple in the Bible is mentioned to be made of cedar wood. And we know of mass destructions and looting over multiple times here in Jerusalem. There has been we've never found Solomon's temple. If it was up to me to think where it was, I would say Mount of Zion. Most of the Mount of Zion has not been dug, only very small bits of it has been dug. And the largest parts of Mount Zion that I know have been dug is actually in a church called St. Peter de Gelicanto. But they have a phenomenal amount which they dug over there. But just because of the geographical location and the beauty of it and the references of where King Solomon talks about, I would say it would be at the top of, but we haven't found it.
Someone here says Bethlehem has shrunk from being 88% Christian in 1922 to only less than 10% this year. Wild. I think Levi is adjusting his phone for a second. Uh-oh. I think he'll come back in a second. He must have done something. Guys, you're asking very, very good questions. Levi, do we still have Levi? Maybe something happened to his phone. But yeah, all 54 of you guys here. I'm so happy that you're here. I honestly wouldn't know how to answer any one of these questions at all. So I'm happy that you guys are coming up with questions. We have Joe saying, Oriel, I'll pray that your future husband is a Gentile Christian who loves Christmas. Okay. Then you can get a perspective to appreciate this more and he will be able to appreciate your culture. That could be cool. Why not? I would marry a Gentile Christian, right? I don't mind as long as he is a follower of Yeshua. And I'm trying to see where Levi is. I'm assuming he's trying to connect and is probably trying again. Let's see. Someone says we have some trolls here, so we're going to put the trolls in timeout because we don't have time for that. And I'm not entirely sure where Levi disappeared to. I'm assuming his internet connection is maybe not the best. You're asking where is my cat? My cat is sleeping next to me, right here. Levi
I'm back.
disappeared, so we're showing the cat. Bunny is sleeping next to me because he missed me, and that's where my cat is. There we go. You're back? We're good?
Yeah, I mean, my phone died, so now it's charging.
Okay. We don't like that. Do you want to take another question? Can you see the chat or not so much?
Yeah, okay. Great question, Mark Penrose. It's well because Jesus knew about those books in his day and never confirmed them as the Old Testament books. He found the law, the prophets, and the writings wild. I think that God will keep his holy places. So Solomon's temple is the same as Hezekiah Herod's. Interesting opinion. Actually, they're digging right now where Herod's temple, where not Herod's temple, but Herod's palace was. Solomon's temple would be in the same place as Herod's temple, correct? My friend did a
Um,
backflip split. Pretty impressive.
I don't know what this Levi being Iraqi part of the chat thing is, but you should know that I am actually a minority in my country. I am very much Ashkenazi Jew. And growing up, actually, in my city, I was the minority and I was bullied because of it. So you guys should know that most of Israel does not look like me. Most of Israel probably looks a bit darker. I
I'm
think,
not
what is it,
Iraqi.
70%?
Yes, I'm not. I'm Israeli. I'm 100% Israeli.
Yes. Um, I saw another. Have you read any of Amir Tsarfati's books? Uh-oh, he keeps disappearing on us. Um, do you know Amir Tsarfati, Levi? Oh gosh. Is your phone stable?
Yeah,
Okay, because you keep disappearing. Do you know Amir Tsarfati? You probably don't so
I
much.
do. I do. He lives near Megiddo. He lives in Emek Israel. He's a famous reporter.
Have you ever read his books? Probably not.
I've I followed his Telegram channel for a bit.
Mm. Sammy was interviewed there. Guys, do you know Sammy Yehud? Probably. He sort of made it there.
Levi, take Oreo to see the palm date tree of Masuda. I've
Of the
never
Tzedakah.
seen a palm date tree on the top of Masuda. Um,
Tell us about that, John. Are you talking about somewhere near the Mitzvah?
אח שלי לא מתה משדר במקלט הציבורי.
מי זה? זה נראה ככה. זה בגלל האורות פלורסנט.
מה,
We'll
מישהו קם?
just we'll translate for a second. So someone's like, I don't know who this is, but like he's like, bro, why are you broadcasting from the public bomb shelter? So a lot of the bomb shelters will have like white light, and that just happens to be Levy's light in his. You guys got to change that light though in your living room. It'll make it a bit less bomb sheltery.
Um, so is the one more than, so there's more than one Holy of Holies.
Do
There
you
was
want to
one
do you want to
location,
read do you want to read the question out loud so everyone knows?
yeah. So there was more than one Holy of Holies, question mark. The smaller one that never held the Ark of the Covenant. So the Ark of the Covenant moves all around Israel. We just were at Beit Shemesh where it was, when they finally got it back, it got returned to them. And then from there it goes to Kiryat Yearim, where it stays for 20 years. And then David brings it to Jerusalem. He places it on a rock. Solomon builds a temple over where the Ark of the Covenant is. And then shortly after, it's hidden. And until then, there's a rabbit hole you can go down if you like on Wikipedia of where it is. Ethiopians claim they have it inside of it. I don't know why there's no pictures of it. People have gone on exhibitions chasing for it everywhere, including Jordan and, and Northern Peninsula, parts of Turkey, where it goes the Great Search for the Ark of the Covenant. People have found tunnels that go underneath the Temple Mount, hoping it's there. I don't know where it is.
Um,
I think more importantly, the better question is what was it as opposed to where was it? Um, we can tell concretely it was something very important. It was something that held a lot of power. It was something that without it, the Jews felt desolate, something that the Philistines found very proud of that they managed to conquer it. It was something that when people looked at, God felt that they didn't have the right to look at it. And then he kills, as it says in the Bible, 50,070 of them simply for looking at it. Only Levites were allowed to touch it. There are theories that say it was stolen from Egypt. I've personally been to Egypt to the Karnak temples where I see the priestly ceremony called It's a priestly ceremony where they hold a boat with a box on the boat, which looks exactly like the Ark of the Covenant, sketched into 3,500-year-old walls. I have a picture of it. It's going to be hard for me just to pull it up here. Um, lots and lots of similarities to a very powerful something. I'm not going to say electricity or something, but very powerful something that was from Egypt, and we possibly stole this Ark of Covenant from Egypt, took it with us, and that could be a big cause of why the Egyptians then chased after the Jewish people. And we weren't just a slave nation of people losing their slaves, but we had something very precious to them that they wanted to then take back.
Hmm. Tara, I'll just answer your question, talking about like me looking Israeli or not looking Israeli. Do people think that you were a tourist when you were in Jerusalem? You have to understand that Israelis or Jews look like a lot of different things, right? Like it doesn't look like all one thing. But I think the way I dressed, probably they thought I was just a tourist. Um, so yeah, that was a bit fun for me to feel like I could almost be a foreigner in my city. But you asked another question. Any recommendations for a good tour guide or company in Israel, Jerusalem, to be more specific, or any to avoid? That is why Levi is here. Levi, talk about your tour agency, please.
Again, hi guys, I'm Levi. I run a tour agency called Discover Israel. We focus on connecting your journey of where you are to make it more interpersonal, establishing your belief system, widening your identity, and creating those roots so you could be a very strong, have a very strong opinion and have a strong personality and sort of go based off what you believe and then working on that. And I create the sites which help you do that and bring you through the journey.
Right. How can they find you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram by Tour Israel with Levi. You could discover israeltours.com. That's the name of the website, discoverisraeltours.com. Israel with Levi. You could discover israeltours.com.
Sorry, you echo. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Red Hofer offering covered by you too. Well, they're not doing the Red Hofer sacrifice at the moment. Who's
Damn it.
Bobby?
Guys, I'm able to pin.
Can you get rid of Bobby?
Sure.
Thanks.
No more Bobby. I don't know who that was. I wasn't looking. Guys, I just pinned Levy's Instagram. There you can also find any information you need, his website, and all the things. So that's pinned at the top of the chat.
Amazing.
Someone was asking what happened to the bunny.
If wait, hold on. Before that, it says, "Would it something that you would like to pray for me?" It's very kind. Um, let's not get too personal. You're right. Vulnerability is a dangerous thing, guys. Careful about that. You might make friends.
We're
Um,
like the opposite people. I'm like, guys, pray I get a husband.
yeah, I don't know. Pray for rain. We have a lot of rain now, but we need more rain.
Okay, one personal thing for you. Doesn't have to be way personal, just like a good thing.
Yeah, rain. My garden needs rain. It's pretty personal.
Levi sacrifices a lot for our country, a lot, and his business also suffered for it for a while because of being a reservist. And so that affects a lot of things, and it takes a lot to maintain your business while juggling those two worlds, being a soldier, being a civilian, having your business. So I'm asking for a prayer that everything would be way more fruitful than even what it was before.
Man,
Bunny, hi, Guppy.
the rabbit's dead.
He okay.
It died like a rabbit.
It was a very cute bunny, not this
It
one,
killed it.
not this
The
little
fun.
cappuccino. And he tried to take care of it, and it wasn't able to survive.
Yeah, it actually it was a died as a sacrifice.
Okay, guys, they remember the bunny. Don't listen. They're gonna people they think about the bunny when they see the vlog. Okay,
Mm.
we were walking the old city because we were collaborating together, and he found a bunny and he bought it, but it didn't survive because of an eye infection, and he tried to take care of it, and it succumbed to its wounds, and that's what happened to the bunny. And here's another bunny.
I did not.
My Chino. It just
Oh,
wants to be next to me.
what's my take on Islam? That's a good question. I think it's done more good in the world than bad. Um, I think Islam is a religion that bases itself off correcting other religions, including it focuses much on the Bible. I believe they praise Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They talk about the sons of Israel multiple times. They talk about Jerusalem. They're a religion which is very connected to all other religions. And I think the best things in the world and the worst things in the world are done in the name of God. Islam has such a high outreach, such a core belief of them going out and making sure that everyone else becomes Muslim. It becomes detrimental for freedom of religion because of this view that everyone has to follow their religion.
Someone said my rat terrier could take that cat. Um, do not bully my cat. He's the best thing that's ever happened. So
I am not going to tour. It says foreign press will start touring Gaza with the escort by the ADF. Are you two going to tour Gaza? No way. Maybe Oreo will. I'm good.
I would. I'd be very happy to.
Oreo has some sort of
So use the word.
love for exploring places which could get her killed. So yeah, that's definitely something he's gonna go check out.
Guys, I'd love to go. I want to go so bad. I want to go so many places.
Do you take people on the normal tours or secret places? Depends on the one. Actually, I just had a phone call today with a woman, very nice woman, who is on an organized tour with 50 people. And she just wanted to do it to get the flights and the prices. And she called me and she says, I've been everywhere on that itinerary. Take me places nobody's ever been. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go
Nice.
to, I go with Oreo places that people don't normally go. So I explore a lot. Thank God. I read a lot of books as well, which helps me develop a healthy amount of knowledge to understand and show these places which most people don't go.
Hmm.
I would
Uh,
respectfully disagree. Okay.
so hi to all
Sure
63 of
about
you guys here. Thanks for joining.
I'm actually Israeli, full on Israeli. Did everything I need to be Israeli. I have a little bit of Israeli chutzpah. You can ask Oriel.
I
Did the
love it. Uh-oh. I know the connection is cutting in and out.
Yeah, sorry, but Gaza is very low on my list. Yeah, we've seen the Traps bunny sets. What the hell are you talking about? The girl's got beautiful eyes.
Okay. um, yes, Oriel is also an Israeli Jew. That's true.
Much protest going on in Europe. So I want to say something about protests in Europe. I don't know where you live, but I live so far away from Europe. I'm worried about my neighbor and my community and my family. I couldn't give care what's happening in Europe. I do not care less. I don't have the emotional capacity or the mentality, and I actually think that you shouldn't care about things that are so far away from you either. Besides for Israel, care about Israel because that's close to your heart.
Someone is asking, hey Tracy Wallace, I'm so happy you're here. Uh, you're asking if we could go to Mount Sinai sometimes.
I love it. I love it. I'm a very big fan. There are about 13 different Mount Sinai's. I'm pretty sure you're talking about St. Catherine's in the Sinai Peninsula in Egypt. It's a place that I've passed by, but I didn't actually climb it. So I'm definitely down to go check it out. We'll talk to all Israel News, see if they're interested. It's like a 3-day commitment though, so it's not simple. But there are many other places, including Saudi Arabia, where they claim that Mount Sinai is, and there are proofs for each one of them being the 12 different columns there. As I said, there are about 13 different Mount Sinai's, but St. Catherine is the one most visited.
And Levi and I plan on going to Egypt. It's on my wish list. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Guys, one day I'll go to Egypt.
What about that period like stone structure found underneath the surface of the Sea of the Gallery? Do you suppose it could be whoever constructed it? So I don't specifically know about this pyramid structure. I think I did hear about it or I read a quick article about it. There are pyramid structures around the world, including Central America, South America, North America, Egypt. Those structures were used for different purposes. In ancient Babylon and in Assyrian empires, we see pyramids. Some use them for burial graves. Some use them for great monuments. Um, you know, the Great Pyramids of Giza. I think they're still the largest man-made structure that we have in the world.
Uh-oh. Don't know what happens to Levi. It keeps disappearing. There you go.
So I think it's very possible they have. Oh, someone said the Palestinians should go to Egypt or Iran. Sure.
And another person says first Gaza, then crossing into Egypt. I think that that's a plan. That's our next tour. Gaza, Mitzrayim.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to pay for it, if you'd like to pay for me and Oriel to go to St. Catherine's in Sinai, I'll take her. If you guys will pay for it, I'll take her. It's not going to cost a crazy amount either. It's just like cover costs plus a little bit more, and we'll do it.
Okay, guys, that's a real offer. There's an offer here on the table. Love from India. Thank you, guys. I say also love from Canada. Thank you, all 62 of you guys here. I saw there was even more before. But you'll see, Levi, after we get off at some point, whenever you want, you'll actually see much more than what you see now. So we could have hundreds coming in and out, and we're thankful for all of you.
So, Mr. Cannon Babcock says Gaza is a very dangerous place. Wouldn't recommend you go. Yes, Oriel. I actually very much can echo Mr. Babcock's words here and says, do not go to Gaza.
I'll go with IDF escort.
Yeah.
Sorry, I sound very selfish. I'm just very curious. Who is this that knows that about me? Yes, but she has Ashkenazi heritage from Romania and born in Texas. Very wow. Thank you, Phil. That's so kind of you and that little fox. That's very nice. Our first super thanks on the live. Guys, you should know that all of the money donated to this channel
Wait,
goes
hold on, you
to
just donated $50? Does that
yeah,
mean I need to? No? That's
say
thank you
again.
so much, Mr. Farhan Safta. Wow.
Dexter,
From
yeah.
Nigeria.
Thank you so much. That's very kind. As I told you guys, all of the income of this channel goes partially to soldiers with PTSD and partially to Jewish Arab relations, meaning Messianic Jews and Arab Christians and their unity. So thank you so much for that. That means a lot. I'm going to put a link because I don't like the fact that YouTube actually takes 30% off of your donation.
It's a
Don't like
lot.
it so much, yeah. And so I'm going to put my Buy Me a Coffee link, but I'm not telling you that it needs to be donated to me. I'm just giving you this link so that you can, if you want to donate, you can. And
Hold on. Maybe the $50 is for us to go to Egypt.
guys, if that's what you want, I will put that on the side for us to go to Egypt together. $50. What does $50? What does that give us in
That gets us the trip to Eilat and then crosses the border. It's pretty good.
a little bit of gas money or something? We'll go on bus and we'll just
No, if we
erase
get the
it.
bus, yeah, if we get the bus, that will take us both to Eilat and crossing the border. It's like 75 shek for the ticket, the bus ticket, so that would get us to the border.
Okay, that's 50. Guys, I'm linking, I just pinned that link above. If you want to support in any way, specifically to either soldiers with PTSD or Jewish Arab relations, put that in the sort of description.
Yeah.
If you want to give specifically to me, you're welcome to. I prefer that it goes to other causes. If you want specifically for our Egypt trip, that's actually happening, then specify that as well. Because if a
Yeah.
deal is a deal, then it's a deal.
I like whatever Mr. WATTTAACE says. Rumbum is advice is always relevant. So I think it says Rumbum's advice is always relevant. Read about the Maccabees and the Hellenes. The Rumbum is someone who I admire very much and have a lot of respect for. Not only was he an incredible philosopher, he was also the top physician in the whole region. Some say he was even the physician for Salah ad-Din al-Ayyub, who has a fortress inside of Egypt, which I've been to. So definitely do read his and his advice, especially his diet. I follow his diet. He's got a great diet. Highly suggest. Listen, make sure you're with a man in Egypt. I got a lot of hassle there when I went by my own. Same with Morocco. Morocco is worse, actually. Yes, if you're a single woman, a single blonde woman, like Oriel, going to any of these countries by yourself, it is uncomfortable. So make sure you're with a man.
Hmm.
Enjoy the tour. Is Levi messianic? I don't even believe in a Messiah. I don't think so. Definitely not. A, like definitely not Jesus as a Messiah. I don't believe in that. No. I am a booty warrior. Don't know if all of these are great questions going on here. Yes, for trip from Mount Sinai. Nice.
What
Yeah.
is the difference between Jews and Orthodox Jews?
Oh wow. Do you want to answer that?
No. You know more about Orthodox Jews than me.
Um,
That's a very complex question because like what is a Jew, right? Like what do Jews
so,
believe in? It's not the only way.
like, I'm very making it simple. An Orthodox Jew is someone today would be someone who follows the Rabbanut guidelines of what being Jewish is strictly. We're gonna give it. I'm gonna give it another like 5 minutes, and then we're gonna call it a Zoom live. Do you study the Torah? I do. I not only study it, I live it. I go to the site. I discover things from it. My moral system, my moral guidelines are based off of things it says in the Bible. So yeah. Are people always happy in Israel? I could tell you that even days that I'm depressed, I still feel like I'm living more than I've ever lived in England.
Someone is asking me, do you have a mezuzah at home? Yes, we absolutely have mezuzot in my home. So a mezuzah is basically, guys, like it's a like a little thing that holds a scroll with a prayer over your house inside, like on the doorpost of your house. And I've seen sometimes like people abroad, they'll have those and then they're afraid because it shows that they're actually Jews and their house gets attacked or they get attacked. Here, we don't have fear of that. And we all have, and some people have them just maybe on the doorpost of their main door to their house, and some of them have like on every single door.
Yeah, my house has in every single door. That's what my roommate believes in. So I think it's nice as well. Extra protection. Why not? Uh, can you bring your firearm outside the country? No. Even with several men to protect a female reporter. Okay, so pinpointing one event and saying every event's going to happen like that, you never get anything done like that in life. Got to think about how many female reporters were there. If you're going to bring that statistic, you have to bring the opposite side of the statistic and say how many female reporters went without getting attacked compared to the one that did get attacked, and then evaluate the situation as such. Don't just bring the negative situation and say every situation is going to be like that because one time it happened. But yeah, protection from mezuzah, that is a spiritual belief that on this piece of parchment it says the words of Shema, and it brings spiritual protection to one's house.
Anthony asked, "Do you anoint your home, or how do you do it if you do?" I
Yeah.
particularly, any new like place that I'm in. So let's just say I just went to the Muslim quarter, right, and I stayed there for a week. Inside the house, there were like the evil eye, like against the evil eye. So you have like it's basically like mysticism, or like how do you say it? Not mysticism.
Um,
Anyways, it's like different beliefs that in my mind they're not connected to God. That's not a protection from God. I don't know what spirit it is that they pray to that's going to protect them from the evil eye or whatever. But many people have come and gone in that Airbnb. So what I do when I go into a new space that I'm sleeping in is that I take authority over it spiritually, and I ask God to dwell in that place, and that anything that there was there before will be removed. And I believe that literally, just like God dwelt within a temple, he dwells also within people. And also, I believe, also according to the book of Daniel, that there are spiritual forces in different places. We see that with the prayer of Daniel, of course, and other things. We see that with Jacob, that there is a ladder, right? That he's like, I didn't know that these things were happening here. I believe the same. And so I have anointed different things and anointed myself with oil. um, I believe that it's in a way symbolic, but it's more the authority, your belief in the power of that to who you pray, right? So I understand the power of God and his authority. I believe that on earth he's given me authority against those things. And so I implement that within my prayers. So I personally sometimes will anoint, but it's not like a must. That's a long
yeah.
answer, but now you guys understand the spiritual side of things. Yeah.
All right, Uriel. I think it's going to call it a live. Thank you very much, my friends.
Okay.
Been a
Guys,
pleasure.
last words. If you want to go and support Levi in any way, also through the Buy Me a Coffee, you can do that. And go to his Instagram and follow him. And that's it. We love you guys. Thanks, Levi, for being here. See you guys soon. Actually, I'm going to stay for a second because now it's just you and I here on this live. I want to say hi to you guys. Let's see. Um, I'm gonna scroll down to the end so I can actually see your. There we go. Guys, thank you so much for being so kind to Levi. He's extremely, extremely dear to my heart, and I'm so happy that my friends, my online friends, are nice to my friends. So thank you for doing that, and thanks for being so gracious. The reason why there's so many crazy comments is because this is not a subscriber only live. Um, and for that reason there's more crazy comments because it's open to the public. Joe says, I didn't want to ask too many Christian or Messianic questions to not make him feel uncomfortable. Honestly, he's friends with me, and so I don't know that anything would make him feel too uncomfortable. He's actually very knowledgeable in like different things in Christianity, or as it relates to Jesus, to Yeshua. So I don't think that he would mind so much. I think he also like he appreciates care. So like if you guys say something like, um, can I pray for you? He might not believe in the same God as probably most of you and I believe in, but I think he appreciates the gesture. I think it's kind of you guys, and he appreciates kindness. Um, let's see. John says, I would love to see a report from Gaza, but be safe, Oriel. I'd love that as well. I don't know how good I would be at it, but I'd love to see it because I'm a very curious person. Let's see. Yeah, like Levy and I are definitely not of the same faith, and I don't. I never want my secular or unbelieving friends to ever feel like I have an agenda with them. You know what I mean? Like I love them, and my agenda is to love them in the best way that it's given to me, and in whatever way that I am able to. Levi- I'm going to give you guys his website as well. Discover Israel Tour with Levi. I'm going to put Levy's website So you'll have his Instagram and his website, and you can definitely check that out. Also, you guys should know that it's like 11:15 here, and I think he's had some very long and exhausting days, and so that's why he had to probably head to bed. And so I'm grateful that he even took the time to do this. It's very nice. Yeah, Mark says, well, that's nice of him to consider you to be Jewish. It bothers me when both Jewish and some Christians deny your identity and faith. Thank you so much for that, Mark. I think it's really confusing for Jews like hard for them to accept us as Jews, which I think is such a crazy double standard, right? Because if what makes someone not a Jew in their eyes is like if they think I'm committing idolatry by worshiping what they think is only a human and not deity, then you would have so many other Jews that aren't considered Jewish as well, right? Like there are many types of idolatry. And if you don't follow Judaism like they think that you should, then that includes secular Jews, that includes agnostic Jews or atheist Jews. So are they less Jewish? Are they more Jewish than me? And yet the only Jews that they consider not Jewish enough for them is me. So I'm very happy that you sort of, you know, pinpointed that. That's very nice of you. Um, Why don't you invite Alec Pollard to be a guest reporter at All Israel News? He could report on geopolitical news like Joel Rosenberg does. Actually, I tried to see if there was like an open door for him to come and do that. The thing is, because he's not of the same faith, I think at that time they're sort of like all of our reporters are either Christians or Messianic Jews, and so it's a bit complex when you bring a secular person within a purely faith-based news outlet, if you will. The only reason that Levi, even though Levi and I are not of the same faith, the only reason that we're able to do that well is because when we do our videos, he focuses just on what we're seeing, right? The tour guide aspect, the history aspect, and I do the faith-based side. But because we're not of the same faith, you'll notice that I never speak about the spiritual side with him on camera. Why? Because he doesn't agree with it. So he does his thing. We'll have common things together on camera, and then I'll do my spiritual thing on the side without him on camera. And that's sort of how we're able to do that. But he's the only non-Messianic Jew or non-Christian to be able to be on All Israel News because of that. So I pitched the idea. They liked it. You guys like these videos. You can find our videos if you go to All Israel News on YouTube and right in the playlist All Israel Gems, you can see all of Levi and mine videos. Um, Actually, I saw Alec Pollard, Insightful Nomad, fairly recently. We were in the old city together with Brown Boy the Traveler, who's another YouTuber. It was really nice to see him again, honestly. He's a really great guy. He was my first collaboration. He interviewed me about Messianic Judaism, and it could go both ways. It could go sour, it could be okay. And what eventually basically happened is that video sort of blew up. And I was happy that it happened with him because he was a kind human being towards me. And so it was a good experience. Let's see. Uh, Nadiva says, anyways, we love Levi as a Jew because he has a good heart. I'm happy that you guys love Levi. He has a wonderful heart. He's an amazing person. He's a brother in my heart, and I'm very grateful for him in my life for sure. Um, Guys, I'm gonna head out too. It's 11:19. Usually I start our lives at 11. This night will be a bit different, but I just got back sorry, not yesterday, today from the old city. That I was spending there a week in the Muslim quarter, and so it's my first night sleeping in my bed. Actually, I've sort of been outside of the house for almost a month, if you think about it, because I was in the Christian quarter for 2 weeks, and then I took care of my nephews for a few days, and then slept one night at home, and then went back to the Muslim quarter, or back to the old city, stayed in the Muslim quarter. And so I've been almost a whole month sort of away from home, more or less. And so this is my first night back with Bunny, sleeping here with Cappuccino. Hi, Hi, Cuppy. Hi, Bunny. Um, I'm assuming now that it's mainly just all of us subscribers. So do you guys want to give snacks to Bunny? Cupper snack? Okay, he's gonna eat and then we're gonna give him some snacks. But I've missed Bunny just as much as you guys have. Um, so maybe we can give him some snacks together. You guys ready? Oh, he literally just he hears the drawer open and he's like, "What?" Could you hear that? Okay, I'm gonna put you guys on the floor for a second so that we can have cupper snack. Cupper. Wait, let's do it over here. Oh. Yes, Cupper's eating snacks. Is it yummy for you, Bunny? Guys, he gained a lot of weight while I was gone. He's also like wintertime bunny, so he gains like, they sort of become a bit more hefty. But I have a feeling that he just like, oh, okay, wait, Gino, wait, Bunny, wait. Okay, Bunny, wait. Okay, he's very impatient. But I have a feeling that he's been eating in different places, like literally eating at like the neighbor's house. I don't know where he's eating. Did you like this next, Bunny? No, that's it, Bunny. No more snacks, okay? You already had so much. You already had today. This is not the first time he's getting snacks. A cupper kiss? Oh, he's headbutting me. Anyways, guys, I'm so happy that we were able to spend this time together. I'm so happy that you guys are so gracious and nice towards Levy. And yes, I'm so grateful for all of you guys. I'm going to end this live and tell you guys that I love you. I have not been very good at putting out vlogs because I've been in the old city working a lot and just didn't want to be behind a computer so much. That's the truth of it. But I'll put out old city vlogs soon. And that's it. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys very soon. Don't forget to go to Levy's channel. Subscribe to that. Also go to his Instagram and all the things. Okay. Say bye, Bunny. Oh, say bye, Gino. Copper Bunny. No, Bunny, no more. Oh, look at him. Look at him trying to just like open it. Guys, I've never seen him do this. Oh, puppy. No, Bunny, no more snacks, okay? Okay. He's cracking me up. Okay, guys, I love you. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.